Hello everyone, myself Praveen Kumar works as a technical trainer. So here we are going to learn about the C programming language. Before that, let's discuss some fundamentals which helps us to learn the C programming language more easier and quickly. Let's start with types of programming language. In this video, we are going to discuss about what is meant by programming language, what are the different types of programming languages we have, what are the advantages and disadvantages of those programming languages. Let's come to the first one, programming language. A programming language is a set of rules and regulations which instruct the computer to perform the specific task. Means whenever we want to assign any task to the computer, we cannot tell to the computer that, hey computer, please find addition of two numbers or find multiplication of five numbers. That thing cannot be understood by the computer. Why? Because we are speaking in the English which cannot be understood by the computer. Computer understands only one language directly, which is called as binary level language. So whatever the task we want to give to the system, we have to give by writing the program. By writing the program. Let's come to the types of programming languages. We have three types of programming languages. The first one is binary level language, which is also called as machine level language, or we can say low level language. The second one is assembly level language. Let me write in the short form LL. Assembly level language or middle level language or symbolic level language. The third one is high level language. Let's come to the first one, that is binary level language. Remember my point, that is the computer understands only one language directly, which is called as binary level language. What is meant by binary level language? A binary level language is a language which uses only two digits to communicate with the system. Those are zeros and ones. Next. So the each and every letter that is presented on the keyboard contains a unique value which is called as ASCII value, which stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So the keyboard contains so many letters. Okay, let's take the small a. The ASCII value of small a is 97, small b 98, and it will be in the increasing order. So can you guess how much is the ASCII value of small z? Please pause the video and calculate the z value. Yes, exactly correct. The value of z is 122. Next, if we come to the capital letters, the ASCII value of capital A is 65, capital B 66. In the same way, can you calculate the ASCII value of Z? Yes, again you are right. The ASCII value of capital Z is 90. Next, if we come to the digits, we have 10 digits are there. Those are from 0 to 9. The ASCII value of 0 is 48, 1 is 49, and 9 is 57. 9 is 57. So this binary level language was invented in the year 1940s. It was invented in 1940s. Let's come to the advantages. The first one is execution is fast. Before that, let me give Let me give one general example. Assume that there are two persons are there, Raju and Rani. These two persons knows the common language called as English. Now they want to communicate with each other. Both the persons knows a common language, so easily and directly they can communicate with each other. Here also, as I said earlier, the computer knows only one language directly, which is called as binary level language. So if we write the program in the binary level language so that the computer understands quickly and the execution is fast. What is meant by execution is fast? The time taken to give the output to the user is very less. So it will take very less time to give the output to the user. Let's come to the disadvantages. The first one is learning and remembering is tough. Why? Because learning is very tough. Why? Because we have to remember the each and every ASCII value of a character that is presented on the keyboard. Okay, so for each and every this ASCII value should be converted to the binary value. As I said earlier, the ASCII value of small a is 97. Now, if I want to write this A in this binary level language, this 97 to be converted to the binary value. Let me show you how to convert the decimal values to the binary values. This is 97. So we have to divide this 97 with the 2. How many times it will go? 2 4s are 8. 2 8s are 16. The remainder is 1. Let me write the remainder here. Again divide this 48 with a 2. How many times it will go? 2 2s are 4. 2 4s are 8. So the remainder is 0. So again divide this 24 with a 2. How many times it will go? 2 1s are 2. 2 2s are 4. Remainder is 0. Again divide this 12 with 2. How many times it will go? 2 6 are 12. The remainder is 0. So we have to divide like this till we get either 1 or 0. So divide this 6 with the 2. 2 3s are 6. 0. 2 1s are 2. The remainder is 1. So while taking the values, we have to take the values from bottom to up. So the ASCII value of A is 97. ASCII value of A is 97. Now the binary value of this 97 is 11 00 00 00 00 and 1. This is the ASCII value. This is the binary value of 97. So let me write this value here. 97 value is 11 00 00 and 1. Assume that I'm writing a lengthy program. Okay, I'm writing a lengthy program which consisting of minimum 100 digits. Minimum 100 digits. Okay, assume this like this I am writing, etc etc etc, and like this I am writing. Okay, by mistake here, actually I have to write 1. I have to write 1. By mistake I have written 0. Now it won't give the desired expected output. It won't give the expected output to the user. So what I have to check? I have to check whether these digits are correct or not. So from where we have to check it? From where we have to check it from first digit onwards, whether it is 1 or 0, whether it is 0 or whether it is 0 or 1, whether it is 0 or 1. In this way we have to check it. That's why what I said, learning and remembering is tough. Next one, in the same way, the second one, as I said, that is debugging is tough. What is meant by bug? Bug is a error. Bug means error. Debugging means the process of finding the error, where the error is, and solving that error is known as debugging. As I said earlier, instead of 1, if I write 0, I have to check from first digit onwards. First digit onwards. So debugging is very tough. The third one, it is non-portable. So what is meant by portable? That means the devices which are very easy to carry from one place to another place. For example, portable TVs which are very easy so that we can carry from one place to another place. So here non-portable means the programs will be different from one kind of computer to another kind of computer. We have different kinds of computer such as mainframe computers, supercomputers, mini computers, and etc. are there. For example, assume that I have written one program. That is to find addition of two numbers by using the binary level language, and I have written that program on mainframe computer. That program will work on only mainframe computer. It cannot work on another kind of computer. So these are the main drawbacks of binary level language. So let's move to the other language called as second one, assemble level language. Assemble level language. Assemble level language is a language which uses mnemonics. Mnemonics are nothing but short forms. Short forms. That means to find the addition of two numbers, we can use a short form called as add a comma b. So here the value of b will be added to the a, and the sum will be stored inside the a variable, and result will be stored inside the a variable. And in the same way, if we want to perform the subtraction, we have to use sub c comma d. Here this d value will be subtracted from the c, and a result will be stored inside the c. And if we want to move, we have to use mov x comma y. Here y value will be moved, and which will be stored inside the x variable. And this language was invented in the year 1950s. Let's see the advantages and disadvantages of assemble level language. First one, advantages. So remembering assemble level language is somewhat easier than remembering binary level language. Why? Because in binary level language, we have to remember the ASCII values of each and every character. But whereas in this assemble level language, just we have to remember the short forms such as add, sub, mult, and mov. Let's come to the disadvantage. Disadvantages. So before that, let me give one general example which I have taken earlier. Raju and Rani are the two persons. They want to communicate with each other, but Raju knows Telugu, only Telugu language, and Rani knows only one language called as English. Now they want to communicate with each other. Is it possible directly? No. Is it possible indirectly? Yes, exactly. With the help of a mediator or a translator. With the help of a translator, they can communicate with each other. Here, this translator is a person who knows two languages called as Telugu and English. Now, what is the task of this translator? What are the sentences that was speaks by Raju in Telugu language will be converted to the English language by this translator. For this conversion, it will take some time. In the same way, whatever the sentences that speaks by the Rani in English will be converted with the translator into Telugu language. Again, this translation will take some time. Okay, so here I want to tell you that Raju and Rani knows the different languages, but even though they can communicate with each other, but slowly by using the another person called as mediator, a translator who knows the both languages called as Telugu and English. So here also same thing. If you write the program in assemble level language, it cannot be understood by the computer directly. For that one, we have to use a software called as assembler. So assembler, which will convert the assemble level language program to binary level language. For this conversion, it will take some time. So sometime. So that's why here I want to tell you that execution of this language is slower. Execution of assemble level language program is slower when compare with binary level language. When compare with binary level language program. Why? Because here we have to use a translator called as assembler, which will convert the assemble level language program to binary level language. The second one is, as usual, again this is non-portable. So here also the programs will be different from one kind of computer to another kind of computer. Let's come to the third one, that is high level language. High level language is a language which uses general English so that it's very easy to learn it and remember it. The examples of these high level languages are, the first one is basic, COBOL, Fortran, Pascal, C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, and etc. Basic stands for basic stands for beginners, all purpose, symbolic, instruction code. Beginners, all purpose, symbolic, instruction code. So in early days, whenever anyone wants to learn any programming language, they used to learn the basic, where it will covers all the fundamentals to learn the programming language. So basic stands for beginners, all purpose, symbolic, instruction code. COBOL stands for common, business oriented language. So it was used to develop the business applications. Next one, Fortran stands for formula translator. It was used to develop the scientific and military applications. It was developed at IBM. Next one, Pascal, C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, and etc. Let's come to the advantages. Can you guess what is the first advantage? The first advantage is learning. Learning this language is very easy. Why? Because it's just like the English language. Next one, the second main advantage is portable. The second one is portable. For example, if we write any, for example, assume that I have written a program to find addition of two numbers on mainframe computer. That program can work on a mainframe computer, mini computer, supercomputer, or any kind of computer. That is a main advantage of this high level language. Let's come to the disadvantages. So as usual, here also we are writing a program in high level language which cannot be understood by the computer. Again, we have to use the translator. So here we can use compilers or interpreters. are interpreters. So compilers or interpreters are used to convert this high level programming language to the binary level language. That's why the execution of high level language program execution is slower when compared with binary level language program. So let's see few of the differences between this compiler and interpreter. Differences between compiler and interpreter. For sure, compiler will convert whole program at a time into binary level language. For example, assume that the let's assume that the program contains five statements: statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, and statement 5. This statement 3 contains some error, it contains some error, and in the same way statement also contains the error. So when we compile this program, these five statements S1, S2, S3, S4, S5 will be converted to binary level language, and it will show the two errors, that is at the S3 and S4. Here I want to tell you that the compiler will convert whole program at a time into a binary level language. But whereas interpreter, it will convert only one line at a time to the binary level language. If it doesn't contain any errors, then only the next line will be converted to the binary level language. So let me take the same example. Let me take the same example. Assume that so here also, sorry, one second. S1, S2, S3 contains some error, S3, next S4, S4 also contains some error, S4 contains some error, and S5 doesn't contain any error. Okay, so when we use as an interpreter, first S1 will be converted to binary level language. That S1 doesn't contain any errors, that's why it will convert the S2 into the binary level language. Again here S2 doesn't contain any errors, so it will try to convert S3 into binary level language. Now this S3 contains the error, so the next line won't be interpreted to the binary level language until and unless we solve the error at the S3. So let me repeat the sentence once again. Compiler will convert the whole program at a time into the binary level language, and it will show the all errors at a time. But whereas interpreter will convert only one line at a time into the binary level language. If it doesn't contain any errors, then the next line will be converted to the binary level language. And second one, compilers are faster. Compilers are faster than interpreters, but whereas interpreters are slower. And the examples of these compiler languages are C, C++, and etc. The examples of this interpreter are Python, HTML, and etc. And remember one point, but whereas Java is a compiler and interpreter language. compiler and interpreter language. Next, by using the interpreter, the fourth one, by using the interpreter, easily we can solve the errors. Why? Because it will shows only one error at a time. So these are the differences, main differences between compiler and interpreter. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you happy learning and happy coding. Thank you. Bye bye.